So hey y'all, I'm back with another video. So tonight's video is yet again another Chioma Chats video on camera edition. Let's go ahead and cue that theme song. Chioma Chats, Chioma Chats, Chioma Chats, Chioma Chats, Chioma Chats, hey, Chioma Chats, Chioma Chats, Chioma Chats, hey, Chioma Chats, Chioma Chats, hey, Chioma Chats, Chioma Chats, hey, grab a snack, it's time to chat, hey, Chioma Chats, it's Chioma Chats, hey, get it, Chioma Chats, Chioma Chats, and a what, and a Switch it up on y'all a little bit today. Hello, everyone. How are you doing? Hope you guys are doing pretty well. By the title, let me just say this. This video is either going to make people mad, make people respect me, make people say, yes, girl, or all three. We're going to see how many subscribers I lose for this video, but I mean every word I say in this video. I'm going to be addressing something. Okay. So by the title, you already know we're about to go there. We are talking about women, relationships, and what men really value. And the viral moment from Ruby Rose, an influencer, rapper, Instagram model, and OnlyFans creator, where she said she doesn't understand how she can look this good and still be single. Like I said before I get started, I already know what's coming. Okay, I'm going to be called a pick-me because every single time a woman holds other women accountable, people throw that word around like it's supposed to hurt feelings. It does not. But let me be clear, I'm a pick-me that got picked. And I'm just saying that to be funny, but I'm not really a pick-me. But it's not because I lowered my standards. It's not because I wanted male validation, but because I actually did the work for myself, right? I set boundaries. I learned about myself. I healed a lot of things. And I stopped thinking being beautiful was the same as being ready. I didn't get picked per se because I was perfect. Of course not. I'm not perfect. I got picked because I was prepared. And if that bothers you, that is not my problem. That's your reflecting talking back to you. Okay, shots fired. I told you this video is going to piss some of y'all off, but I've broken this video down into 5 very long talking points, overall main talking points. So without further ado, let's get right into this video. So I was scrolling through my camera roll the other day because I'm obsessed with looking at old stuff. And I realized I had these pictures from my cousin's wedding that I had never posted, which is crazy because if you go to a Nigerian wedding, you want to get that nice photo looking nice and scrumdiddlyumptious. So I saw the photos and I'm like, I love the moment, but I couldn't remember why I never posted them. And I realized I think it was because the lighting was a little bit low and the photos didn't really capture how pretty my dress was and that day was. So I decided to give them a little bit of retouching using Face App Pro. This is one of the pictures from that day. And like I said, the lighting was just a little bit uneven. We were in a dark area and it kind of washed me out a bit. So I opened it in Face App Pro and started with the impressions tab using the cute filter just to brighten everything up because it just needed a little bit more pop. Then I went into the skin tool and I even used the no eye bags feature to clean up the shadows under my eyes because sometimes your eyelash extensions can cast a shadow on your face. After that, I added a light glow in the makeup tab and tested a warmer tone in the hairstyle section that actually matched how my hair looked in person. And just like that, it brought the photo back to life. Like, come on, look at that. It's still me, still natural, just better lighting, smoother skin, and a little bit more vibrant. I've honestly been using Face App way more than I expected. It's one of those tools that saves photos that I thought I couldn't post. And this picture is over a year old. So guess where it's going? On the gram. You know when the vibe of the picture is right, but something about it is just a little bit off, like the lighting. This fixes that without changing how you look, which is super important. We ain't trying to catfish out here. It just enhances what's already there so your photo matches how you actually felt in that moment. So if you have got pictures sitting in your camera roll that you love, I know I have a lot, but you wish looked a little bit better, open Face App Pro and try it for yourself. Just click the link in my description box or scan the QR code right here on your screen to download Face App and try the Pro version for free this week. Thank you to Face App for sponsoring today's video. So point number 1 is Ruby Rose and the Illusion of Desirability. Let's start off with the Snapchat video that got the whole internet talking. Ruby Rose said, ain't no way I'm looking like this and I'm single. I just woke up like this, lashes, lip gloss, a little bit of a filter, but I'm single. That's crazy. Let's check out her video. Let's see what Ruby had to say.
It ain't no motherfucking way I look like this like just chilling in my car. Like I just look like this off the wake up, like no makeup, just a little lash and lip gloss and a little filter. And I'm single? It don't make sense. But it's okay. I'm fucking crazy.
See, this right here is the mindset a lot of women secretly have, but they won't admit this. The idea that beauty equals partnership, that if you're fine enough, somebody automatically owes you loyalty, love, effort in a relationship. But desire is not devotion, and attention isn't intention. Woo! She's preaching today. Let her say that again. Just because you catch a man's attention does not mean that he has intention, okay? Just have to say that. Being admired online doesn't mean being chosen in real life. And also I want to say everything I'm saying in this video is from experience and what I've learned. So don't take it personal, but a lot of women have mastered attraction and good for them, but they have not mastered alignment. And Ruby's situation kind of proves that, because while she's gorgeous, she's beautiful, she's successful, she's confident, her body is on point, right? Her public image is built around hypersexuality. That's the brand. But branding sends a message and men read it whether we like it or not, okay? When a woman leads with her body, she attracts men who lead with their eyes. And I'm gonna say that again for those that's in the back. Come on, bring y'all tails to the front. Call me out by baby girl. Let me tell you something. When women lead with their bodies, it attracts men who lead with their eyes. When a woman leads with her character, she attracts men who lead with their purpose. And it really is that simple. And I mean, I'm not saying it's easy, but it is simple. And I'm not saying that she shouldn't own her confidence or her sexuality. She should. But when men see constant sexual imagery, they categorize. The same way how with us women, when we see constant things that maybe, oh, this man is this and maybe this man is that, or these stereotypes kind of fit the mold, we also categorize, right? For men, some women they play with and some they pray for. And that's not me judging, that's me quoting decades of how men actually talk. And I think a lot of men are very straightforward and they say what they actually really want, or some of the patriarchal things that they believe, or just some of the standards and morals that they have, because men are allowed to have standards and morals. If you follow them, that's another thing. But I'm just saying, like, they be saying this, and I don't know why some women just don't listen. But hey, at 28 years old, Ruby's entering that stage where your mindset starts to shift. You want stability, family, maybe something real, but also that's the age where you realize being beautiful isn't rare anymore, okay? Character is, morality is. There are thousands of women that look like that girl, that look like Ruby Rose, but can't bring you peace, can't bring you depth, can't bring you partnership. That is what separates the fun ones from the forever ones. So no, beauty is not the problem, girl, but when beauty becomes the only thing, it definitely overshadows the things that actually matter to good men. An emphasis on good men. I'm not just talking about men in general, because a lot of men have some audacity thinking like you're a good man. You're a bag of rocks, okay? But to good men, this is what matters to good men. It's consistency, it's peace, it's respect, and it's also emotional maturity and some emotional awareness. Now, moving on to point number 2, the pick me label and why I don't care. I'm going to bring this up because I want to talk about this whole pick me conversation, because we talked about it a lot like 2-3 years ago in social media spaces, commentary spaces, but I think people like to throw that word around way too loosely. A pick me is supposed to mean a woman who panders to men for attention, but nowadays it's kind of used for any woman who has standards and self-awareness. If I say, ladies, maybe we should focus more on character than cash flow, it's pick me, pick me, pick me. If I say, ladies, maybe we should heal before dating, it's, oh, she's a pick me, you just a pick me. If I say, ladies, maybe hypersexuality isn't the only form of empowerment, it's, oh, she's a pick me, how dare you talk about women, pick me, pick me, pick me. Sounding like Alvin and the Chipmunks. Will you shut up that your mouth? Shut up there. Shut up that your mouth. No, okay, it's called accountability, it's called wisdom, and I've learned this the hard way. It's called trying to help you not learn the hard way. I'm not saying I don't want a man with money, because I have one. I'm saying want more than money. Want peace, want purpose, want protection, want partnership. Those 4 P's, okay, let me run it one more time. Peace, purpose, protection, partnership. And for those who say, oh, you just think you're better because you have a man. No, I don't think I'm better than anyone, but I do think I'm a better version of myself. Not because of my man, but because I did the work to get here. My relationship didn't define my value, okay? And it shouldn't. It reflected my growth though. And if that's pick me energy, then I guess I gotta wear it proudly, because a woman who's self-aware and self-accountable will always win, no matter what, even if it's not on your timeline. Now, moving on to point number 3, double standards, strategy, and reality. So we have to be real for a second. We live in a world built for men, right? Very much patriarchy. That's the type of world that we live in. Men can have multiple women, they can cheat, they can lie, they can rebuild their image and still somehow end up on top. And sometimes literally run the country. Here in the United States, President Donald Trump has said the wildest thing on record when he said, sometimes, you know, you just gotta grab a woman by her poom poom, basically. I was blown away. Like, I would think that this would deter anybody from supporting him, but he's still the president, right? And there's a lot of people that support him, women included. He's had multiple partners, he has multiple baby mamas, and he can still be elected as president. Meanwhile, Kamala Harris faced a lot of rumors about sleeping her way to the top and being a hoe, and people treated it like it was a career-ending scandal. To be honest, I was like, okay, so I may not agree with if she did this, but this was literally a rumor without any real proof. We have proof of what Trump has said, and we also have proof about how he's kind of been out here moving however he wanted to for years. It's the same behavior, right? Allegedly, but different punishment. And that's why I tell women all the time, stop trying to beat the system or beat men by copying men's mistakes, because you're not gonna win. You do have to move smarter. You do have to move quieter. You do have to move with dignity. So doing things like Ruby Rose does, which is just being hypersexual, in a man's vision, in a man's world, honestly, they're just not going to take you that seriously. I'm not saying this because I want to support men. I just know that this is what men say, and they say it all the time, as well as some women. Some women don't agree with that as well, and they see that, hey, what I attracted when I was dressing like this or moving like this or surrounding myself like this or presenting myself like this, I attracted certain types of men, because women, we're always going to attract men, right? A man would mess with a dog if you let him. Or when you start moving like this and presenting yourself like this and moving smarter, being quieter, having a little bit more dignity, even if you're still doing whatever you want to do, right? You attract a certain type of man that's different. You can live freely, but you definitely have to live strategically, because men aren't not judged the same as us. It's definitely biased, but that's how the world is. I don't make the rules. I don't even agree with them. But if you want to win in a man's world, you play chess, not checkers. You protect your peace, and you also have to protect your privacy. Ruby Rose, I saw like a graphic going around, and I think it's showing all the guys that she's dated or slept with or talked about, even from a young age. And it's just like, she never once stopped and tried to protect her image. And now, I'm not saying this is the reason why she doesn't have a man, but it's not all about your looks, and men are judging you for the way how you presented yourself. So it could definitely be one of the reasons. You don't have to prove your worth online. The right man will see it offline. And it's not about being submissive, okay, or being fake. It's about being selective too. Women are naturally strategic. No, this is a fact. I was watching this video and it talked about how when women make decisions, we use more parts of our brains or stronger parts of our brains than men do. So technically we're better at decision making, but somehow when it comes to stuff like this, we don't be making the right decision. We do think deeper, we do feel deeper, and we plan further. So use that, okay? Stop letting pride or society make you loud when your power sometimes is in your silence. Now, moving on to point number 4, the comments on my relationship. Like I said, this video, this is probably where y'all gonna unsubscribe or actually subscribe. We're gonna see. Usually I gain subscribers every videos, but we're gonna see after I say what I'm about to say. And trigger warning, if you don't wanna hear me go off or read people or make it seem like I'm triggered or whatever it may be, you might wanna skip this one. I know there's chapters down below, so yeah, do what you need to do. But hello. But I'm about to just speak from my own perspective, because we're talking about relationships and we're talking about the things that matter in relationships. And for there to be commentary about my relationship, hell no. I ain't gonna lie, y'all got me chopped. So let's get into it. Let me address this because y'all really had me rolling my eyes the other day, and I don't even mean y'all. I feel like a lot of you guys have been so supportive. You're happy for me. There's people that are genuinely happy for strangers that they watch on the internet. Shout out to those of you that have sent nothing but positive vibes about myself, my growth, my relationship, and that you can see I'm happy, right? But anyway, the other day I was checking my vlog channel randomly, and some of these comments were absolutely wild. I get on there and I see see some comments from a video I posted a long time ago, like I think maybe a year ago at this point. So one comment said, was it his birthday too? You got him expensive stuff, but he only got you a few roses. First off, lie. Okay, don't lie. Okay, those were not a few roses. Those were rose petals that he put around the room. And then he got me a custom promise ring with our names engraved in it, as well as our birthstones engraved on it as well, from a jeweler, not Amazon. Okay, let's not confuse minimalism with luxury just because you can't recognize quality when you see it. Number two, the second comment said, she cleans his room, buys him expensive gifts, and he doesn't do much for her. She's too pretty to be with a dusty. I did not clean his room, okay? I picked up the rose petals from the romantic setup that he made because I wanted to present my gifts neatly. And secondly, dusty wear. What, you know what a dusty is? A dusty means he's broke, he doesn't work, he doesn't do anything, he uses you for everything that you have, and he brings nothing to the table. That's not my situation. It might be yours, but it's not mine. The promise ring cost more than all of the gifts I got him combined, okay? And third, this was when we were still long distance, a year ago. We are no longer long distance, and that vlog that I posted was in late August 2024 is when I was filming it. My birthday was in July 2024. We had not seen each other for almost 2 months. He had already celebrated me on my day of my birthday. Gifts, money, flights, experiences. And when I saw him again, I celebrated him. That's called reciprocity. It's funny that that was made a point when there's a whole TikTok on my TikTok of me getting him a pack of boxers and him buying me a whole brand new phone. So it was okay when I bought him maybe a pack of boxers that came up to $40, $50, and then he bought me a $1,000 phone. Where was the comments then? Where was the dusty then? Again, that's called reciprocity. That's what grown folks do. And for the numerically curious people, I bought him a laptop that was like, $800, a gaming chair that was about $60, and a custom rug that was $15. If your calculator can't carry the one on the ring cost more than all of that, then that is not my math problem. Okay. And comment number 3 verbatim, thank you to @MB Lola, because you randomly commented on my video and that's how I got the notification now from a long time ago. She says, I've followed her for years since college. I took a break and came back and she's still doing the same things in her relationships. You deserve better and need to be more feminine. Stop taking care of dusties and work on yourself. Stop forcing relationships with bums. Let a man date you and spoil you. Love, with love, I am spoiled, okay? I am very much spoiled. I don't pay a single major bill. I don't have to ask for things. They're done before I even finish my sentence. If I posted everything my man does, many of you would start evaluating your own relationships. And I'm not even saying that to be shady. I'm not in the business of making you resent your own boyfriend or your own husband, but I'm very blessed and happy for what a man does do for me, my man. That's why I keep most of my things private. Privacy is not about secrecy. It's definitely security, because I don't need evil eyes and I don't need people watching me from a distance trying to count pockets and count favors. For context, yes, I bought him a laptop and a gaming chair and a custom rug. That was, roughly $875 total. He, on the other hand, got me a ring that is worth more than all that, plus paid for my flight to come there, paid for outings, paid for dinners and everything while I was there. We were in a long distance relationship. That vlog was from August 2024. My birthday was in July. He had already gone all out. Okay. When I finally saw him again, I wanted to surprise him. We always give gifts. It's called reciprocity. Secondly, femininity is not sitting around doing nothing, okay? Femininity is nurturing energy. It's balance. It's knowing when to give and when to receive. And I do receive a lot. But if you think femininity means laziness, you don't understand the assignment, sis. And the idea that because I did something nice for my man, that makes him a bum? That is projection. Some of y'all aren't used to healthy reciprocity. Some of y'all think a relationship is a one-way street to take. But real love is exchange, not extraction, okay? Also, my man comes from a family that's both wealthy and grounded. There is faith and stability in that foundation. And I was definitely gonna make sure that there was stability before I entered into this relationship. So let's stop pretending some of you know more about my relationship than I do. And since we're flexing, my boyfriend's parents are millionaires. They are also ministers. There's both money and God in this lineage. We're in our 20s. We're building like normal people in their 20s with covering that's not only financial, but spiritual. That's why it works. And to the women who still want to spin narratives, if buying a $15 rug and a laptop makes me a pick me or doesn't make me feminine, then you can go pick a better mindset, because I'm very spoiled. and I'm smart, and I'm loved, and I'm loving. I'm balanced. And that's exactly why my relationship works for me. I've had the trick experience, okay? The gifts, the lunch money, flowers, cash apps, whatever. Go shopping with this. But with that, I've also had constant excuses when it was time to show up in person. Provider, okay, the word provider is not synonymous for presence. Money buys things and character buys trust. A stable relationship is where I feel rich if the money disappeared. Rich in peace, rich in prayer, rich in protection, and rich in purpose. What I tell you about them 4 P's. The right man makes your spirit wealthy. The wrong man makes your therapist wealthy. Also, the comment of worked on myself. I've worked on myself so much that I require exactly what I give. That's why I'm not with any of my exes. Their character disqualified them from my life. When I cried, they caused the tears. They didn't wipe them. When I was down spiritually or mentally or financially, they withdrew. They didn't deposit. A man does not need a lot of money to expose a lack of character. Open your eyes. And conversely, a man with money can hide a lack of character for a very long time until it ruins your peace. And I already know what some of the comments are going to say. Chioma, are you trying to convince us? Why did you let this bother you? Who are you trying to convince, us or yourself? And the answer is very simple. Neither. I'm trying to convince you to remember what actually matters in a relationship. Because while people are out here pocket watching me and pocket watching my man and questioning my peace, you're forgetting that love isn't measured in gifts or totals. It's measured in character. So before you worry about what my man spends on me, maybe ask yourself why you're so hyper-focused on material things that don't make a man or a woman truly love you. Okay? I'm not here to prove my relationship is perfect. It's not. I'm here to prove that my priorities matter. And the women who are in healthy relationships and healthy marriages will completely, and I mean completely, understand where I'm coming from. And that is no shade to the single women, but there's a level of maturity that hits once the glamorous and the glittery parts of the relationship fade and you're left with real life, real people, real emotions. When you're out of that honeymoon phase and you're actually trying to maintain love and keep peace and build something sustainable, you realize what truly matters. And I promise you, it's never ever a new man or a new bag. As much as I love that I can take a week or 2 off posting videos and still be financially okay because my boyfriend steps up and provides that, that's not what matters the most to me, because I'm capable of taking care of myself. I can buy what I want without anybody's input. But what money cannot buy, what I can't swipe on a card for, is loyalty, consistency, and a desire to be here. And I'm on my 3rd ring, and y'all can read in between the lines on what that means. This man is serious about me, okay? And if you really think that after everything I've been through, I'd settle for a broke, unmotivated, non-contributing man just because the internet assumes so, or that's what y'all want from me, you're clearly not thinking. You're not thinking, okay? The internet does not know me. I'm pretty private for the most part. I give y'all tidbits. I've been transparent for years though about what I've learned, what I've healed from, what I've experienced, and what I've chosen differently now that I'm older. I've shared those stories not to brag, but to also teach and to help young women avoid the same cycles that I had to break. I used to chase what society told me to chase. Oh, chase status, appearance, chase the bag, and it left me in pieces. I had to rebuild myself from the ground up after situations with men who had money, but no morals. That's why I preach character first, because being shattered by a man you ignored red flags for is one of the hardest things to recover from. And it's very disrespectful, and I mean very disrespectful, when people try to weaponize my past transparency as if I'm reliving my old mistakes. No. Growth doesn't erase history. It definitely just redefined my discernment in men. Just because I've shared the bad does not mean I'm still living it, okay? And as for the women saying, oh, he doesn't do anything for you, since when did privacy equal poverty? I don't know that equation. Just because you don't see it doesn't mean it isn't happening. If I started posting every single thing, then you say, oh, well, she's showing off or she's trying to force it. Either way, the goalpost moves because some of you aren't watching to understand or be happy for me. Some of you are watching to envy. And let's be real, a lot of those so-called concerning comments, it's not concern at all. It's jealousy dressed up as advice. It's envy wearing empathy clothes. You see me happy, loved, and balanced, giving and receiving, and it reminds you of what you're missing. So instead of saying, oh, she's grown, you say that she's delusional. But I can see right through all of that, okay? I know what it is. And honestly, I still pray that one day you feel this kind of peace, because no amount of hate online can change the truth of what is real. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Now, moving on to my fifth and final point after all of that, that is what women think they want versus what they actually need. And I think this is very important. A lot of women say, I just want a provider. And that is very valid. You should definitely want stability. But the truth is, money fixes money problems, okay? Not heart problems, not trauma, not selfishness. Money solves money problems and definitely not character problems. A wire transfer can't wire you peace. A luxury trip can't fly you out of trauma. A Cartier bracelet won't handcuff his discipline. You can have a man who pays every bill, but still leaves you bankrupt in peace. You can live in a mansion and still feel emotionally homeless. What most women truly want, even if some women don't want to admit it, is a man who is dependable and also determined. Not a demon or a deviant. Okay, let's talk about the D's. Dependable and determined, good. Deviant and demon, bad, okay? You want a man who shows up when your tire blows, but also when your mind does blow, okay? A man who prays with you and for you, who doesn't embarrass you publicly or abandon you privately. You also want a man who covers you in a storm, not create the storm for you, who knows how to apologize, who knows how to lead, who knows how to communicate, who listens to understand, not to argue, who makes you feel safe, not small. Can he hear no without getting angry? Can he lead without trying to control you? Can he provide without possessing you? Can he protect you without prisoning you? Leadership without accountability sounds like a cult, okay? Your standards should be expensive in character first, just as expensive as his career. Ask yourself, if he had $0, would I still feel protected? If he had zero status, would I still feel valued? If he had zero looks, would I still feel loved? Because if the answer is no, you're not in love, sis, okay? You're in lust with the lifestyle. And men, this goes for you too. Y'all will never be off the hook on my channel. Stop wanting women who look good but live bad. Character goes both ways. We've seen it. Summer Walker and London on the Track. Money didn't fix the character gaps. She still ended up the fourth baby mama and cheated on, okay? And he's one of the highest paid producers in hip hop. Also, Jada Waiter and Lil Baby. Wealth did not cure their wounds. He would not stay faithful to her. He gave her a baby and nothing else. If you really think about it, after 6, almost 7 years, he could not stop cheating. But this is one of the highest paid rappers. Even Sherelle Rosado and Chad Ochocinco, a former NFL player. He has status. He's one of the highest paid NFL players at the time, as well as him just having that regal status of being a historic NFL figure. That man is paid. He has a podcast. She's also really wealthy. She's in real estate. She had her own show on TV and on Netflix. That status still didn't equal stability. He still cheated on her and slept with a woman in the bed that they share. And we're talking about these high earning men. This is not shade, y'all. I'm just presenting the data. When the man's morality is missing, your luxury honestly becomes laundry, and it be piles of pretty things with no peace to wear them in, okay? So yes, I want a man who provides, but I also want a man who prays and who plans and protects, again, those P's, right? Because love that only pays the bills but never heals wounds is basically still poverty if we're being real. And that's why when I say I'm spoiled, no, it's not about material things. I'm spoiled with peace. I'm spoiled with stability. I'm spoiled with security. And I've never felt like that until now. So ladies, stop chasing lifestyles that don't match your peace. Definitely you can get everything you want and then some, but definitely look at that character. You can want luxury, but don't make it make you lonely, okay? You can want provisions, but don't forget that you have a purpose. The man with the bag isn't always the blessing, trust me. Sometimes the blessing is the man with the balance. So just some of my closing thoughts. At the end of the day, beauty fades, okay? When we're talking about Ruby Rose, beauty fades. You're not gonna look like that forever. Money fades. You're not gonna make the same money forever. Trends change. You're not gonna be the it girl and what people wanna see forever, but your character is definitely gonna leave a lasting impact. So if you're asking, why am I still single when I look like this? Maybe the question isn't about looks. Maybe it's about priorities. Maybe you've been focusing on the bag or the status and not the backbone. Your personality and your character has to be there. Maybe you've been chasing the vibe and not the values. And I'm not saying stop wanting nice things. I will never say that. I'm saying want better things, want wholeness, want alignment, want real love that feels like home, because the right man won't just make you feel rich in your bank account. I promise you, he will make you feel rich in your spirit. So that is it for this video. I hope you all enjoyed. I know that was a lot. I can see the subscribers going down. Please let me know what y'all think on this. What do you think? What you know? Let me know. I just had to get that off my chest. That will be my one and only time ever addressing this, I promise. Don't forget to check out our sponsor, Face App, if you're looking to just enhance your photos in different ways, just change a little bit. You know, we ain't trying to catfish out here, but just making sure that our photos represent us in the most pristine light. Definitely check out Face App. You can scan the QR code right here on your screen, and also check my link down below to download it and try it for yourself. You never know what you can create. And as always, don't forget to follow me on all of my social media networks, and I will see y'all in my next video. Bye, y'all.
Yeah, I love to hear my name called. Black beauty cutie coming back just like an 8-ball. Philly plays, then I go to Jersey, I'm the cake boss. Barking with my dogs, running through y'all like I'm Saquon. Oh, you again? OMG, I'm getting pissed off. I've been past you, I left you, coming fast just like I sit soft. Nigerian girl, I'm somewhere hot, might go and get my wrist frost. I hate a hoe who like to tell she's staying at the Ritz-Carlton. Yes, I'm a 10, I really am a 10. I'm throwing bows, I'm swinging R's, I hit that Carlton. Not going 50 cent with many men. I'm throwing shots from the key, they bouncing in the rim. Hey, you taking shots, you sour ass the salt around the rim. Hey, I make it happen in impossible, now call me Kim. Hey, real life movie, I'm not playing like a sim. Hey, chubby cheeks, I'm golden brown, I'm at your chin. Skirt, Danica Patrick, green looking sharp just like a cactus. Moving forward, not going backwards. Chamba party, I'll send the address. Bust on, but they dark like they some Ray-Bans. I can write, I can rap, I can sing. What more you gotta say, man? Oops, I made your block look like a wasteland. Heavy shit, the straw that broke the camel's back. They might say I'm a haystack. If you ain't rocking with me, boy, just say that. Runway on my body, this is real, baby. This is not a face tan. I heard them girlies catching out, that's why I call them bandicoots. I'm a brown skin thing, I'm African, and that's right down to the nappy roots.